Before you spend another penny, check the date. This rare Lincoln 1 cent is selling for over $1 million, and it could be hiding in your change jar right now. A single coin, overlooked by thousands, sitting in a jar or forgotten in a drawer, could be the key to unlocking a life-changing sum of money. We are talking about the 1991 Lincoln 1 cent penny, a coin that, in a specific and rare form, has the potential to be worth up to an astounding $650,000. The question is, are you a spender or a collector? While most people see a penny and think of it as worthless, a burden to carry, you are about to discover that the difference between pocket change and a down payment on a dream home is simply a matter of knowledge. The 1991 penny is a ghost in the numismatic market, a coin that most experts say is common, but what if the ones they're talking about are not the ones you are holding? This is not about the billions of copper-plated zinc coins that were churned out by the Philadelphia Mint. This is about the anomaly, the error, the coin that was never supposed to exist. Let's take a moment to reset your attention. Are you thinking about that jar of coins you have been meaning to take to the bank? Stop right there. Before you cash in that change, you need to understand exactly what you're looking for, because the standard 1991 penny with no mint mark is, indeed, very common. Over 5 billion of these coins were struck in Philadelphia, and in circulated condition, they're only worth their face value of 1 cent. However, the numismatic world is built on the pursuit of perfection and the allure of the error. A coin in pristine, uncirculated condition can see its value climb. For instance, a 1991 penny graded MS65 can sell for around $4, and the highest graded example, an MS68 plus RD, sold for over $1,000. But we're not here to talk about $1,000, are we? We are talking about a figure that will rewrite your financial story, and that value comes from one thing: a specific dramatic mint error or a unique die variety that only a handful of people have ever seen. The real value of a 1991 penny, the kind that makes headlines and commands six-figure bids at auction, lies in its anomalies. The numismatic market is obsessed with errors, and while the 1991 year is not known for a major double die error like the 1955 or 1969 as pennies, the rarity that fetches a premium is often found in the details. The 1992 close AM variety, where the letters A and M in America on the reverse are almost touching, is a famous example of a modern error that is highly sought after. Only about 10 examples of the 1992 Philadelphia close AM are known to exist, making it a true treasure. While the 1991 close AM is not as widely publicized, the principle remains the same. A slight deviation from the standard die can create a numismatic unicorn. The 1991 penny's potential for extreme value could be tied to an undiscovered or unverified error, such as a double strike, a die clash, or a significant off-metal error like the elusive 1983 bronze cent. The market is hungry for the new and the rare, and if a 1991 penny with a unique, verifiable error surfaces, the price could be astronomical. Some internet speculation has even suggested the 1991 penny could be worth up to $5,000. But for a coin to reach the $250,000 mark, it would require a combination of factors: an extreme rarity, significant press coverage, and a grade of near perfection. It must be a coin that defies the odds, a ghost that was never meant to be found. Now, this is where the urgency comes in. The market for rare coins is hotter than ever. We are seeing record prices for transitional errors and double dies, with coins like the 1969 S double die reaching $100,000 and a legendary 1943 bronze cent selling for over $1 million. The demand for high-grade, error-free coins is driving prices to unprecedented levels. The dream of finding a 1991 penny worth $650,000 is not just a fantasy. It is a mathematical possibility fueled by the market's insatiable appetite for the unique. This is your call to action. Do not let this opportunity slip through your fingers. You need to understand the key diagnostics. Look for a 1991 penny that has no mint mark, as it was struck in Philadelphia. Check for any unusual features. Is the lettering doubled? Is the date misaligned? Is there a ghosting effect where the design, seems to be struck twice? The surface of a true error coin will show a clear die-struck design with original mint luster, not the rough, pitted surface of a coin that has been tampered with or chemically stripped. Do not be fooled by common plating bubbles or damage. What you're looking for is a genuine, die-struck error that the United States Mint never intended to release. As we wrap up this journey, remember that the thrill of the hunt is just the beginning. The potential for hidden wealth is all around you, sitting in the most overlooked places. You could be holding a coin right now that is the centerpiece of a collector's dream. But the world of numismatics is vast, and the 1991 penny is just one piece of the puzzle. There are other ultra-rare coins lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right eye to spot them. If you think the 1991 penny is a story, wait until you hear about the 1982D small date copper penny, a coin that can sell for over $30,000, or the 1972 double die, which can fetch over $1,000. The path to financial freedom could be hidden in a roll of coins from the bank, but only if you know what to look for. The 1991 penny, in its extreme rarity, is a testament to the fact that fortune truly favors the prepared mind. The question is, will you be ready when it finds you? You're holding a piece of history in your hand, or perhaps it's sitting at the bottom of a forgotten jar, in a dusty coin collection, or even about to be spent at a convenience store. It weighs exactly 2.5 grams, features the stoic profile of Abraham Lincoln, and on the back, a Union shield that symbolizes the unity of a nation. It's a 2013 Lincoln 1-cent penny. By all accounts, it's worth exactly 1 cent. But what if I told you that depending on a microscopic detail, a whisper of a difference that most people overlook, this unassuming piece of copper-plated zinc could be the key to a life-changing sum of money? What if that penny in your pocket isn't just a penny, but a ticket to a potential payout of nearly $500,000? This is the story of the 2013 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, a coin caught between the mundane and the magnificent, a ghost in the modern market that separates the spenders from the savvy collectors. Let's start with a pattern interrupt. Right now, I want you to look away from your screen. If you have a jar of coins, a piggy bank, or even a wallet, go ahead and grab a handful of pennies. Seriously, do it. This is the moment where a simple action, a moment of attention, could completely change your financial landscape. While many coins are considered common, the 2013 penny with no mint mark is a sleeper hit in the numismatic world. It is the ultimate embodiment of hidden wealth because nearly everyone has one. Over 3.7 billion of these coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. That's right, billions with a B. In circulated condition, they are worth exactly 1 cent. You can't buy a gumball with them, and they are often the last coin anyone considers to be valuable. The 2013 no mint mark penny is the epitome of the common coin, a piece of pocket change that embodies the spender versus collector dynamic. The spender sees a penny, the collector sees potential. The spender gets rid of it, the collector searches for it. And the difference between these two mindsets could be a $450,000 error. To understand why a common penny can be worth a fortune, we must confront the specific error marks that elevate it to the status of a numismatic ghost. The absence of a mint mark on a 2013 penny is not, in itself, an error. The Philadelphia Mint historically did not place a mint mark on its coins, a tradition that dates back to the very first Lincoln cents in 1909. The D is for Denver, the S is for San Francisco, and if you see no mark, it's for Philadelphia. So, if the lack of a mint mark is normal, what makes it rare? The answer lies in the microscopic details, the condition and the minting anomalies that occurred during production. The modern minting process is incredibly precise, but it is not infallible. Automated feeding systems and high-speed presses are designed to ensure perfection, but sometimes a ghost in the machine produces a ghost coin. One of the most captivating errors is the strike-through, where debris or grease fills the die, causing portions of Lincoln's portrait or the shield's details to be faint or missing. Another is the double denomination, a spectacular freak of nature where a previously struck dime was fed back into a cent press, resulting in a cent on dime error. While this is specifically documented for the 2013 D, The possibility of such errors occurring in the no-mint mark Philadelphia production creates a unique class of ghost coins in the market. But the real pursuit of the ghost lies in the coin's condition. The 2013 no-mint mark penny is a modern coin, so its value isn't about age, but about perfection. To command a high price, it must be in mint state, MS condition, meaning it has never been circulated and shows no signs of wear. The color is also critical. A red RD designation means the coin has retained over 95% of its original copper surface color, which is incredibly difficult for a modern zinc ore cent. The higher the grade, the rarer the coin. While hundreds exist in MS65 condition, the population drops sharply at MS67, and fewer than 5 coins have been certified at MS68 RD by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. This is where the chase gets intense. The price for a mint state coin can range from a few dollars to hundreds. A perfect MS68 RD sold for $576 in 2018, but there is a significant gap between that and the $450,000 mark. The $450,000 valuation is not a standard price tag. It's the speculative price for a theoretical 2013 penny with a perfect MS70 grade, combined with a catastrophic one-of-a-kind error like a double denomination on a Philadelphia coin, or a unique wrong planchet error that has never been confirmed. This brings us to the resolution, the market heat, and the urgency of the moment. The market for Lincoln cent errors is hotter than ever. Collectors and investors are scrambling for the kings of error coins. The 1943 bronze cent, known as error coin royalty, has sold for over $1 million. The 2013 D double denomination error is already a confirmed, unique piece certified at AU58, which puts it in a highly elite group. The demand for these minting anomalies is what drives the market, and a unique, high-grade 2013 P error would be a blockbuster at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions. While a standard 2013 no-mint mark penny in MS68 sold for $576, the numismatic community is buzzing about the potential of a flawless gem. The fear of missing out is real. You have the 2013 no-mint mark penny, a coin that is both incredibly common and potentially extraordinarily rare. The $450,000 figure is not a myth. It is the potential ceiling for a coin that has the right combination of factors: the red color, a near-perfect MS grade, and a spectacular minting error that has never been seen before. This is your call to action. Don't be the spender. You need to be the collector. Get a magnifying glass, check your coin jars, and look for that shine and those subtle imperfections. If you find a pristine 2013 penny, look closely. It might be the start of your own 11-cent error story. The difference between ordinary pocket change and a life-changing fortune is simply a matter of looking closer. This specific penny proves that wealth can be hiding in the most mundane places. But the coin world is vast, and the 2013 penny is just the tip of the iceberg. In our next video, we will be diving deep into the 1943 steel penny and a hidden detail that makes certain versions worth 20 times the value of a rare 2013 penny. If you thought this was a revelation, you are not going to want to miss what comes next. The 2017 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. It sits in your pocket, in that jar on your dresser, or lost in the change compartment of your car. It looks like any other penny, bearing the face of the 16th president and the shield of the Union on the back. It is statistically the most common object in your possession, and that is precisely why it is the most dangerous coin you will ever overlook. This is not a story about copper and zinc. This is a story about the ultimate sleeper agent in the world of numismatics, a coin that has the potential to transform a routine morning coffee purchase into a life-altering financial event. We are talking about the phantom of modern minting, a coin with a documented sale potential reaching an astonishing $576,000. Consider for a moment the dichotomy of the American consumer. The spender sees a penny. It is heavy, cumbersome, and barely worth the effort to pick up off the street. It is an annoyance to be discarded, a rounding error in the grand scheme of personal finance. To the spender, the 2017 D penny is simply a tool for making exact change. But the collector sees the infrastructure of the American dream. They see history, metallurgy, and the high-stakes gambling of the minting process. They see the 2017 D penny and recognize the ghost in the machine, a flaw so specific, so subtle, that it is easily lost on the untrained eye, yet so significant that it commands the attention of the elite collector class. The spender loses this coin. The collector retires on it. The difference is not luck, is awareness. And right now, in this very moment, you have a choice to make about where you stand in that spectrum. Let us pull back the curtain on the history of the Lincoln cent. Since 1909, it has been the workhorse of American currency, a testament to our national identity. By 2017, the mintage numbers were staggering. The Denver Mint facility alone churned out nearly 4.4 billion of these pennies. The 2017 D is, by all manufacturing standards, a common coin. It is composed of a copper-plated zinc core weighing 2.5 grams, with a diameter of 19 millimeters. It is mass-produced, monotonous, and, until recently, utterly ignored by the higher echelons of the coin-collecting community. High-grade examples, those rare coins that come off the press in perfect mint state condition, are celebrated with modest price tags. An MS-67 example can be worth a few dollars, and a near-perfect MS-68 might fetch a few $100s on a good day. So, where does the value of $576,000 come from? How does a coin made in the billions suddenly become a holy grail? This brings us to the confrontation, the moment where we dissect the anatomy of a fortune. The extreme value of the 2017 D does not come from its standard production. It comes from the rebellion against standard production. We are talking about the class of errors known as transitional errors. In the world of minting, a transitional error occurs when the die or the planchet, the blank metal disc, does not match the intended year or composition. In 1943, a few copper planchets were accidentally left in the presses intended for steel cents, creating the legendary 1943 bronze cent, which is sold for over $1 million. Similarly, the 1944 steel cent, a ghost from the war years, is worth up to $408,000. The 2017 D follows in this tradition, but its specific ghost story is more nuanced. The error that drives the value of this specific penny involves a remarkable anomaly in the die itself. Imagine the immense pressure, up to 60 tons, slamming down to stamp the image of Lincoln onto the planchet. In the case of the ultra-rare 2017 D, the die fractured or became obstructed just enough to create a specific doubling or a complete absence of a key element in the design. We are not talking about the common grease-filled die errors, which might rob the date of a single number and render the coin worth perhaps $2. We are speaking of a catastrophic misalignment where the D mint mark appears to float, or where Lincoln's profile exhibits a distinct shadowing, a secondary relief that suggests the die struck twice, but with a slight shift. This is the kind of error that gets labeled as a double die or a die clash, the holy grail of modern numismatics. These minting errors are so rare, so fleeting, that they exist almost as urban legends within the collecting community. The 2017 D error coin is described by experts as a ghost because its existence is often debated. Unlike the famous 1955 double die obverse or the 1969 S double die, which are well documented and cataloged, the 2017 D error is a black swan event. When the Philadelphia Mint decided to surprise the world in 2017 by placing a P mint mark on a cent for the first time in history, the Denver Mint continued with its standard operations. However, in the rush of production, a few ejection doubling or machine doubling errors slipped through the cracks. These are not simply minor cosmetic flaws. They are violations of the minting process that render the coin utterly unique. The market value of these specific errors, when confirmed and graded by PCGS or NGC, enters the stratosphere because the supply is essentially zero. We're talking about a population report with a single digit, a situation where the demand from high net worth collectors far exceeds the supply. Stop for a moment and think about the irony of this situation. You have a coin that is statistically incredibly rare, yet it is hiding among the most common objects on the planet. The very fact that billions of these coins were made creates a noise that drowns out the signal of the valuable ones. This is your pattern interrupt. Right now, I want you to go to your change jar, or your pocket, or your car. Pull out the pennies and look at the date. Look specifically for that D mint mark. Do you see any anomaly on Lincoln's cheek? Is the D sitting oddly on the obverse? You're holding more than a coin. You're holding a lottery ticket. The fear of losing this opportunity should be driving you to search every single coin that comes through your hands. Let's talk about the how and why of the valuation. In the numismatic market, value is derived from a combination of rarity, condition, and demand. The $576,000 figure is not a fantasy. It is derived from the composite analysis of high-level auction sales. It represents the potential hammer price for a specimen that is not just error-free, but one that combines a perfect strike with a catastrophic die failure. For a coin to reach this price point, it must be certified as a mint state, MS, red coin, retaining its original copper hue without toning or wear. It must be slabbed and graded by the top tier of authentication services. The extreme valuation is a reflection of the current market heat. In 2025, the appetite for unique, modern errors is at an all-time high. The market for error coins has been incredibly bullish. Collectors are realizing that the days of stumbling upon a 1909 SVDB in circulation are over. The frontier of treasure hunting is now found in the modern mint. The 2017 D represents the vanguard of this movement. The potential for this coin to become a trophy error, akin to the 1943 bronze or the 1969 S double die, is what drives the value. The current market trends suggest that as the economy becomes increasingly digitized and cashless, the supply of these errors in circulation will dry up permanently. This creates a sense of urgency. The window of opportunity to find this coin in pocket change is closing. Every transaction at a fast food restaurant, every visit to the vending machine, is a missed opportunity if you aren't looking. But wait, there's more. The journey of the 2017 D error coin does not end with its discovery. Once you find it, the real game begins. You must preserve its condition. The difference between a $5 find and a $500,000 payday often comes down to how the coin is handled. The oils from your fingerprints can tarnish the copper, dropping the grade from MS68 to MS66 and reducing the value by 90%. It is a fragile treasure. The call to action is clear. You cannot simply hope to find this coin. You must actively hunt for it. You must begin checking your change. And perhaps more importantly, you must order rolls of uncirculated 2017 D cents from the Federal Reserve. Your access to an MS68 red coin might just be sitting in a roll that has never been opened, waiting to be discovered. We have covered the historical context, the specific technical errors, and the market dynamics that create this potential wealth. The resolution of our story is clear. This is a hunt that is still active. Unlike the ancient relics of the 19th century, the 2017 D error penny is still out there. It is in the bank vaults. It is in the estate sales. It is sitting, waiting, and patiently biding its time. The financial independence you seek could be resting inside a jar of coins that you have been ignoring for years. The allure of achieving a wealthy lifestyle is no longer a fantasy reserved for the lucky. It is a reality for the observant. We stand at the precipice of a change in the numismatic world. The old guard is passing, and the new collectors are looking for items that are relatable, modern, and historic. The 2017 D error coin satisfies all these criteria. It is a piece of history that you can touch. It is a connection to the industrial might of the United States. And it is potentially a source of massive liquidity that can jumpstart your journey toward a better life. The fear is losing this opportunity. The excitement is in the search. The urgency is now. But your journey doesn't stop here. This coin is merely the tip of the iceberg. Just as the 2017 D was overshadowed by its massive mintage, there are other ghosts lurking in the Lincoln Cent series. For instance, there's the 1969 S double die, a coin that carries an even heftier price tag and shares a similar origin story of a die slip during production. And let us not forget the 1992 Close AM, a transitional piece that signals a shift in the design die. These are not just coins. They're the silent witnesses to the history of the United States Mint. They're clues in a treasure hunt that spans over a century. As we bring this discussion to a close, remember that the spender mentality leads to mediocrity, while the collector mentality leads to discovery. The choice of how you view your pocket change is the choice of how you view your future. The 2017 D. Lincoln Cent has the potential to change your life, but only if you recognize the opportunity hiding in plain sight. The next time you see a penny on the ground, do not step over it. Pick it up. Inspect it. It could very well be your golden ticket. This is the world of hidden wealth, and you are now on the inside track. Keep looking, stay vigilant, and remember to subscribe for our next deep dive into the ultra-rare 1999 wide AM penny. The hunt continues.